12:02 on the Oil Stream. What's going on, everybody? Dusty with you, and YouTube Trev sliding in today as well. You're not even wearing headphones. This guy.
Isn't that good?
Oh, he's on the desk. He's being hilarious.
I always wanted to do that.
Trev, what's up, buddy?
How's it going,
Is
Dustin?
this your
This is
first
awesome.
time on the desk?
This is the first time on the desk.
Wow.
For my own channel, I guess I did do a little hit with Jay on right, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
when I
yeah.
first started here.
And you do that right
So
here on the desk, too?
Yeah, I sat on the desk. But besides that, for EST, this is the first time behind the desk, so pretty cool. Let's go. Got Zach behind the monitor.
Round of applause for YouTube Trev.
Zach looks good back there. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So this is awesome.
What was funny is that today I just was walking out like 9:40. I was like, hey, you want to be on Oil Stream today? And you're like, oh, man, I don't know. I'm nervous. You don't need to be nervous, man. You talk about the Oilers all season on pre and post.
Yeah, it's more so like I didn't do my hair today. And obviously, Tommy, he's handsome Tommy. I've got big shoes to fill, people. So,
well, actually, the surveyor Brett in the lock shop said that because of my new haircut, I'm going after the handsome guy in the office thing.
Looks good, buddy.
With Tommy being gone for a couple weeks, I had to step my hair game up, right? So
yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah. Tommy's off to do Gretzky hockey school, and he'll be back. He'll be back in a few weeks. So
Yep.
yeah.
No, yeah, this is awesome. It's pretty cool because looking back on it, and it was funny. Just a memory popped up on Snapchat actually. And in the background, I was driving, and it was when I was back home in Pincher. And I just hear in the background, it was you and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. And now here I am. I'm on the Oil Stream. This is crazy. You got me through college. I listen to the show every day, and now I'm on it. So it's funny how the world works, but thanks for having me.
Oh, hey,
thanks for having me, Dusty.
Great to have you here, buddy. I'm going to refer to you as Tom Gazzola the entire show.
Okay.
That's
like
what we'll
that.
do. The Oil Stream is brought to you by Boston Pizza, presenting sponsor of the Oil Stream. And boy, yesterday prior to that Elks game would have been a good day to hit a patio at Boston Pizza. And well, I mean, works well. This guy worked at Boston Pizza before he came to join us. Did you go to BP's yesterday?
Yeah. I forgot my Elks media pass, and Zach was going in the press box yesterday.
Zach was going again. Yeah.
So I was like, darn it, man. I didn't want to go home or anything like that. So like I'm just gonna go.
Which one did you hit up?
Old Stomping Grounds at Kingsway.
Okay, yeah.
They've got some cornhole set up. So.
On the patio?
No, just inside the
lounge?
The bar, yeah.
Really?
So that was pretty cool. Played some cornhole, watched the Elks. They had the volume up, so I was able to hear some guy.
Wow.
Sounded like he knows what he was doing, so
Cool.
that was pretty cool. And yeah, it was good. So yeah, definitely go check out Boston Pizza. Good company, good food.
Yeah, you're there all the time.
I frequent there often.
Don't you say? Don't you? Like
a little
still,
too much. Dustin.
You still crush Wednesday wing nights, right?
Oh, yeah.
What's your best flavor of wing at Boston Pizza?
You have to go with the Thai sauce, the Thai chili, because it's the same as
So
the
that's
Thai
the same
chicken
as
bites.
the Thai chicken bites.
The same sauce they use, and it's just,
Really?
it's so good. You can have it with or without ranch. It's to die for. I get the all meat bites. It's practically the same thing.
You do get
as
the
a Thai.
oh yeah, so it's just Thai chicken bites.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Except instead of longer shapes, they're square
yeah, they're
shapes.
like the chicken nuggets, kind of.
Man, you know what? I don't think I've ever had the Thai. What do they call them? Thai chili wings?
The Thai chili wings.
I've
yeah.
never had Thai chili wings, and I only
missing
ever
out.
like I basically get three things I get four things well, I get a lot of things at Boston Pizza, but I still love the Boston Brute, no onions.
Classic. Meteor
Pizza, absolutely love that, especially
one.
nice and fresh right off the oven. I like to mix in that on Pasta Tuesday. I'll hit up the Alfredo with meatballs.
You create your own.
Yeah, create your own with Alfredo.
Nice.
With meatballs, and then the Thai chicken bites,
Yeah.
cactus cuts too. I mean, I guess I try a bunch of different things there, but
great.
I've never had those wings.
Yeah.
Well, like the Thai wings. I've had other wings.
Yeah.
Very boring wing guy. I'm usually either salt and pepper, or honey garlic, or teriyaki.
Okay.
Like I don't get too crazy with my wings, but I would definitely try these ones.
You have to.
Yeah.
They're absolutely really, really good every time I get them. They just brought out some new flavor of wings as well. I noticed last time I was
What's
there.
this?
So
What's this?
definitely check them out.
What's the new flavor? Do you know?
There's like a buffalo ranch, which are really, really good.
Oh, wow.
And then there's a dry rub, and there's one more, but definitely check them out.
They have maple wings there. They're like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. Maple barbecue.
Really?
That's,
Okay, good.
That's what they got.
I mean, that's become one of my favorite things. There's a golf. Where is it? Petroleum Club. I got a buddy who's got a membership at Petroleum Club. I'm one of those friends that like I really like, but I'd never have time to golf, so I don't see him. But they've got maple bacon wings out of the Petroleum Club that are just absolutely delicious.
Nice. Yeah. Go to. That's a classic as well. I love this. Boston Pizza Talk here on the Oil Stream.
Yeah. Hello, Summer.
You brought on the perfect guy for this, Dustin.
It worked out really well. Here's actually, I'm just looking at their Summer Eats patio menu. Truffle mushroom burger, summer pesto chicken pizza. That sounds summery. Fish tacos, barbacoa nachos.
Had those.
Did you have those?
A weekend ago, yep.
They got the pizza flights. Oh, there's a lot going on
Those
there.
are also very good.
Check it all out. BostonPizza.ca is where you can find it. If you're watching over on YouTube today, sub to the channel. We're at 9.57 thousand subs. Trying to make the push to 10,000 before we get to our 1-year anniversary in September. YouTube Trev. Your name is YouTube Trev.
Yep.
Finally figured out on Twitter I could actually tag you easily today.
Yeah.
Which was real nice.
We discussed that on the morning show. Yeah.
Do you think we get to 10,000 before? Are we trending in that direction? We need just over 400 subs in the next 5-6 weeks.
Yeah, so it's tricky. What I've found in the last few years of doing YouTube is the videos. The videos that we've been uploading usually do really, really good.
Zach has been crushing a few of those.
Zach has been crushing it.
Yeah.
So primarily the Oilers talk, which is what we've been uploading, those seem to get the clicks, and those have been seeming to get the subscribers. So we've got a really good foundation, our good audience right now, but we're expanding through the videos, and we've got... if you look at our videos, Dusty, in the back end, it's the subscribers are going up on all the videos.
Is that what it is on those videos? Hey?
Yeah, so we keep doing those. Yeah, without a doubt, we're going to reach 10K. No hesitation.
All right, so we just got to keep banging out those
videos.
Non-live videos, and that pushes the subs over to the channel where we like to do all of our live stuff.
Absolutely. Yep. And it's funny because still there's a good chunk of you. I check this every morning, but people that are tuning in are the returning viewers that we have on the Nielson Show, Oil Stream, the Hangout, and everything. I always look, and it says 30% or 70% of you guys are still not subscribed. So we know that quite a few of you are actually keep on coming to our content, but for whatever reason you're not subscribing. So I don't know why. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Give us a subscribe. Tell a friend as well, and
yeah. That's not too hard to do.
No,
right? If you're coming and watching, you might as well give us a sub as well. This text is in and says, I bet you'll get a bump from Reed Wilkins listeners. Well, it's interesting because
I think so.
I mean, we're going to get a bump for sure on TuneIn and iHeart and EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We're going to get a whole new audience in the afternoons with Reed Wilkins as well. I don't know how much YouTube stuff Ched has done in the past, so he probably doesn't have much of a presence over there, but he's going to because we're gonna bring him in, and he's got some. The video you're working on for tomorrow.
Which will be
That's
fun.
going to be terrific.
I was cackling over the weekend when I was putting it together, and then putting on some final touches this morning as well.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
I'm throwing in a little bit of subtle music. The background it plays a part. Music for obviously that's not going to be the whole video, but it does so much in the background for videos. I've found with doing YouTube and just in college, every video I edit, I always like having some music, and it does a lot for the video. So. Yeah. Some cool sound effects in the video.
Did you throw some sound effects in there too?
It's so good, man. You guys are gonna love it. We had a real fun time filming it and getting to know Reed. It's crazy. Just going back to my college days. I remember 6:30 Ched, the commercial that they were playing. I watched every Oilers game. It has all the heavy hitters, and then there's Reed Wilkins, and my stepdad's that's a guy you got to try and get him on your show one day, Trev. And I'm who knows? That would be pretty cool. And then I'm filming a video with Dustin Nielson and Reed Wilkins. I'm what? This is pinch me. Honestly, it's crazy. So a lot of fun. And you guys are going to love this video. It's a lot of fun putting it together.
Reed is a beauty.
He's absolute beauty.
He was hilarious this morning when he popped in and pulled out that scroll and started reading.
So
I had no idea how funny Reed Wilkins is. But even some of his ideas on that script that we put together for the video that's launched, and we're calling it The Interview. We'll debut it tomorrow on the Nielsen Show at some point. He was killing me. He had me.
He's just quick, man.
Man, he's very very, very, very witty.
That's awesome.
You're gonna love having him around here. And then once Reed Show with Jay starts. We're going to also have a 1 to 3 show. We're still working on exactly who that host is going to be from 1 to 3 every single day. But then at that point, and I'm not including nights when we go to pre and post game, but at that point, we'll be streaming live on YouTube from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Which how many YouTube way more than me. I've just I used to watch it for movie trailers and stuff. And then when we got into it, I started to sort of try to dive into it a little bit more. But how many people are streaming for like 12 straight hours on YouTube? Is that common thing?
No, like for my knowledge for as far as streaming goes, for like the gamers, like, people that play video games on YouTube and whatnot, when they stream, they maybe go 3 hours, 6 hours at most, but you're never seeing like full 12 hours, at least for like sports, what we're doing.
Yeah.
Not a chance. There's sometimes you see like the live streaming, it's like just put you to sleep kind of music, and those are pretty long, but like that's completely different with what we're doing. So it's very unique what we're doing, and it was cool. Tailgating was Zacticum yesterday, just telling people that that was huge. Like that was a huge draw when we said like before the last previous tailgates, they're like, oh, like 6 till 1. They're like, oh, okay, then we can turn over. But yesterday telling everyone that it's like 6 to 6, they were like, oh, wow, so it's just all day we can listen. I'm like, all day, yeah. So
there's no reason to turn away. Mind you, our Nielsen show, like replay numbers in the afternoon, were actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's nice to know that people were already sticking around just to re-listen to. I can't remember who came up to me with the nasty bad. Oh, I think it was Dean Millard. I think Dino was like, Dusty, I'm really excited for this, but I was really getting used to listening to your show in the afternoon on a replay. I said, well, you can still get it on the podcast. We're still going to have replays sometimes in the evening, but the way it's set up, 6 to 6.
That's awesome. And
then we'll have pre and post for Oilers and Elks, obviously. We've got some other podcasts that we've obviously partnered with that will be running in the evening. So now you're going to really only get the replays on weekends and late at night through the night up until the show the next morning. So, it's going really well. And we'll hopefully add something strong from 1 to 3 as well. That'll make people happy. And having Reed in here is just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Sounds good. He was smooth on the hangout this morning.
Oh yeah,
he's good.
Yeah, it's like he's been a professional broadcaster for over 20 years. Yeah, like you can just tell.
He's got the voice. Oh,
well, he's like,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
the full package.
He's a throwback man. Like Reed will do good sports talk radio. That's what he's always done. That's what he's going to do here. He's going to mentor the glue guy, but the glue guy comes with a lot of energy and spice. And I think he's going to play off. It's going to be great. I know they've been chatting for a little while here, and they're excited. So yeah, if you missed it, maybe you're just listening to the Oil Stream podcast a little bit later on. We know the Oil Stream podcast is consumed by many, 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 many of you. And if you've not yet heard the news that we've added Reed Wilkins, that'll start in early September from 3 to 6 every single day. We've got some stuff to get to. I did drop my Mix and Match Mondays for Pro-Am Sports. We'll certainly get to that, trying to switch things up a little bit. I managed to not consume any McDavid wedding stuff over the weekend. Not one. I didn't see anything.
No, there was nothing.
Yeah.
It was. That's one thing it's very interesting take, because I remember seeing clips of when Gretzky got married. It's like he wanted the whole world to see it. I'm pretty sure, was it not televised? Like I swear I've seen so many videos. It was just, and this was complete opposite of that, which, I mean, that's fair. I feel like these guys,
his entire life is in the spotlight.
Yeah, right? So it's nice. I don't mind that approach. I saw one photo is all I saw, and it was of Lauren. She looked obviously very beautiful, but that's all I saw. There was nothing. No, because I forget whose wedding it was. Maybe it was Cody Cece's wedding a few seasons back, and that's when Mike Smith had his shirt. He was pulling a Normology. And
full-blown Normology from the Nasty Bash.
And Luch was there. Lucic was there. And that was there was a lot more photos that had surfaced during that wedding. But no, this one, there's one photo I saw. No one even, I noticed a lot of people were complaining the lack of coverage there was. But it's like, you know what, it's not for everyone to see. Clearly that's what they wanted to do, and I respect it. But I'm sure come puck drop, they're going to be talking about it a little bit more. And the photos will probably resurface, or I guess go on Instagram pretty soon here. But no complaints. I thought it was good, and I didn't really care. I'm not one of the people, maybe when I was younger, I would have been dialed in to see what was going on in McDavid's wedding. But like, I don't know. I'm not too intrigued on seeing what's getting the, But as far as the photos in the party, that would have been interesting to see. Any normologies out there would have been cool. Tarps off. Leon Draisaitl tarps off.
I mean, they're all jacked and ripped. There was probably no tarps there at all.
Yeah,
no, it was probably a tarp free. It was a tarp free wedding.
Yeah.
Everybody's just sitting around with their six packs. Terrific stuff. Terrific stuff. All right, if you have any questions, say you can hit us up over the Nasty Chat. You can also chime in at 780-218-9999. Penner's Pancakes over in the text. Send us a link to an article that was talking about Leon Draisaitl and basically said, there's been some talk in Edmonton radio that they've had discussions between 3 and 5 years. Peg Nota's brought that up a couple of times. I would assume they've probably had discussions on a bunch of different levels. Now, if Leon leaning towards an 8, and if you ever question a source, like somebody who has a source, and you're like, that's not like Speck, or it's not Rashog, or it's not Stoff, or whatever. Sometimes I think behind the scenes it is Stoff.
Yeah.
Stoff knows a lot of people. He can get messages out there in a lot of different ways. So I just always say this: if you see something, you're like, I've never heard this from this person before. Stoff's probably got his fingers in it. Yeah, Stoff's probably pushing messages out there. So, we'll worry about the Leon Draisaitl. We'll get to the Faber thing and how it might affect Bouchard. We're going to take a look at, some NHL 24 Oilers player rankings.
Yeah.
Is this after the season? So it's like
so this is after
heading
the
into
season.
the new year.
Yeah, just figure we're kind of in lieu. I wouldn't mind testing your knowledge on the players, their ratings.
That'll be kind of fun, actually. I think that's a good idea. So we'll certainly get into that as we work our way through the show today as well. We do have Hlinka tickets. Hlinka Gretzky tournament is coming up. It begins a week from today, I guess. I'm going to start getting ready for this. A week from today, Hlinka Gretzky gets rolling. We have a 7-game ticket pack. Hockey Canada will end up sending you these directly. So if you've already won one of these 7-game ticket packs, just know that you'll get a message from Hockey Canada with the transfer of the tickets. 7-game ticket pack. Just text in Gretzky right now to 780-218-9999. That's 780-218-9999 for the 7-game ticket pack to the Hlinka Gretzky tournament, which begins next Monday. And I have to tell you, you're going to get a look at this McKenna kid, who apparently is the real deal out of the Medicine Hat Tigers. They're talking, you have your McDavids, then you have your Bedard, and then you've got this McKenna kid. So I'm very excited to get to broadcast some of his hockey games.
That'll be fun.
Very much looking forward to that with Craig Button riding shotgun. So it's going to be busy. 3 games on Monday, 3 games on Tuesday, 3 games on Wednesday, 2 or 3 games on Friday, 2 or 3 games on Saturday. It's busy.
You're gonna be a busy boy.
It's a lot of hockey. If there's one thing I love, it's being in a hockey arena in mid-August.
Yeah.
So that should be a lot of fun. But yeah, text Gretzky right now to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Text Gretzky in. This one is in and says, "Hey guys, any thoughts on who replaces Reed on pre and post over on Ched?" No. I mean, to be honest with you, I really don't care. But it'll be interesting. I mean, that's a big job. That's a big job to be the pre- and post-game host on the rights holder radio station is a pretty big job, which means even more to me that Reed walked away from that job to come over here and join us at EST. So whoever gets it, best of luck for sure. I got a couple decent in-house candidates, I would think. And go from there, I guess.
Yeah. And he makes it look so easy. So does Tom.
Tommy Gazol. I know some of you have been wondering.
So impressive.
Like, is Reed going to be on with Tom? Tom's the pre and post game guy. Reed wanted to kind of change his lifestyle a little bit by getting over here and doing 3 to 6. With that being said, he said he's going to be at a lot of the games. And Tommy already, like in staff meeting last week, Tommy's like, "You want to hop on the post game show sometimes?"
I'm like, yeah.
And Reed's like, "Well, yeah, if I'm at the game, no problem. I can hop on." So you'll get you're going to get a good dose of Reed Wilkins all over the station. Which just still sounds very cool to say.
It's super
very cool to say. All right, here's the line combinations I put together here on a Monday. This was from the Nielson Show this morning, and Mix and Match Mondays on the Nielson Show is presented to you by Pro-Am Sports. I'd put together some combos that I really liked already. But I'm not just sitting here trying to be like, I like this, I like this, I like this. I'm just laying out different options of what this team could do with their forward group come the beginning of the season. So this is the first time. We're at the end of July, but this is the first time that I've put McDavid and Draisaitl on a line together. I think if you've followed Edmonton Sports Talk or the Oil Stream, Nielson Show, whatever, you'll know that I don't like when McDavid and Draisaitl together. I think there's more than enough depth now to keep these two guys separated. However, just for the assignment today, McDavid with Draisaitl, and I put Victor Arvidsson on the right side just to get Hyman down there to help out Nuge with a few things. But you said this morning, Trev, you don't mind Arvidsson. If you're going to play those two guys together, Draisaitl and McDavid, you don't mind Arvidsson being the third wheel there as opposed to Hyman.
No, not at all. I like the shot of having a right shot. You could have obviously the option of having Skinner up there, but 3 lefties on the first line. I don't know. It's nice having Arvidsson up there, I think. And that's the thing. Now more than ever, if you wanted to go in the route of doing the nuclear option, you can. I don't think that's necessarily the plan, but like. You think back like 2-3 seasons ago, they were doing it. They didn't really have no choice, but like now you can theoretically you can do it, and you can have Skinner, Nuge. Who knows? Even if you had a Hyman on the second line, you could have Arvidsson, or Hyman on the first line, you could have Arvidsson down. Right? There's just so many options, but I don't mind Arvidsson at all. Like if you go back and just watch some of some of his highlights.
Did you do a video on Arvidsson?
Yeah, I did. Like he's a sniper, man. Looking back last season, he scored a beautiful goal against the Oilers. Actually, he burnt Vinny Desharnais in the playoffs last season, and it was just a high IQ play. He's got wheels on him, but he's a sniper. Like he's got a really good one-timer, and when you have 2 of the best playmakers in the world passing to you, yeah, he's gonna. I think I was. Fire it or hire it, I did last week with Cass, and I said, is he one of the players that I said that could potentially have a career year? I think it's absolutely.
I mean, you did list off like 7 guys.
Yeah. So, but like one player for sure, I think he's bound to have a career year. He's had some health problems in years prior, but if he can stay healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 30 goals, Dusty. And maybe can he push 40? You saw what Hyman wasn't even he might have been a 20-goal scorer, but look at that. He's a 50. Connor McDavid makes 50 goals out of him. What can he make a 30-goal scorer? Because Arvidsson he was a 30-goal scorer without McDavid.
I mean, that's a good point.
The thought of having Leon Draisaitl and Connor on the same line with Victor Arvidsson, if that's the route you do take, like, you can't really be mad at that. It's I don't mind that. I don't mind that first line at all.
The interesting thing here, and I think this is part of the conversation we can roll with next, and obviously we can move some pieces around here. It's not called lock it in and leave it Mondays. It's mix and match Mondays. So I put Nuge at center between Hyman and Skinner. So if McDavid and Draisaitl play with Arvidsson, I put Nuge and Skinner with Hyman. Now with that being said. I put Skinner up there just because he came here. He's on a good deal. I'm sure they said you're going to get a ton of time in the top 6. We'll have another set of lines maybe at some point where Skinner and Arvidsson are your third-line wingers with Henrik. I mean, there's a line that you can look at too, right? Like there's so many options. So Nuge, Skinner, and Hyman, what do you think of that? And would that line be better if it was Nuge, Hyman, and Kane, assuming Kane's healthy and able to play like we know he's capable of playing?
I don't think so. I like the idea of having Jeff Skinner on the second line. For one example, like we had seen Evander Kane, Nuge, and Hyman for glimpses of this past season, and it never stuck. Like they gave it a go for maybe a game, and I don't think it would even last a game, right? So you get a new body in there, Jeff Skinner, who's actually, he relies heavily on who he's playing with, and if he's playing with 2 really good players in Nuge and Hyman, I like this. I like the thought of having Skinner on this line a lot more than Evander Kane. And man, he's a shifty player. Like that's one player who's like so underrated. I think you look at the numbers he's put up, and there was some with Ralph Kruger a few years ago. He was getting benched, but he should have never have been benched. Like this is a really, really good player, and the fact that the Oilers got him on the deal you look at Kyler Yamamoto, what he signed in Seattle, almost $3 million, and you're getting that in Jeff Skinner, who's a point-per-game player, had 80 points just two seasons ago. So I like this. Nuge and Hyman have worked together before this past season. They gave Fogle a look on Nuge and Hyman's line when they were mixing and matching, and they looked pretty good. So to have a player like Jeff Skinner on a line with 100-point player, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and 50-goal scorers.
100-point man. 100-point man.
Like that's lots of potential there. I don't mind that line at all.
I had a good text or tweet that we'll get to about offensive potential of the top six. Henrique between Holloway and Evander Kane.
I like this.
I guess Connor Brown just on the. I like so much what I saw from Brown in the playoffs. I'm like, man, we got to try to fit Brown in to the top six on one of these, or top nine on one of these mix and match Mondays. But Henrique, Holloway, and Kane, there's some good speed there. You got a shooter in Kane. You got a savvy veteran who should be able to provide some pretty good defensive awareness for the other two guys. I like that line.
Yeah, I don't mind this either. My only gripe with this is it separates the Janmark, Brown, and Henrique line, which you saw was just awesome. And finally, it was just a rotating door of third lines last season. And it wasn't until like round 3 of the playoffs they finally were like, hey, we actually got a line that is clicking. So you separate that line. It's a backup plan, I guess. But I mean, I like the idea of it. I can't wait to see what Dylan Holloway does next season. That's good old normology. That's a lovely photo.
Yeah, no, big grumpy cat just sent in a picture of Tom Gazzola with normology. Norm's shirt
does have a lot of chest hair.
Yeah, but nothing underneath.
That's weird.
Yeah, normology's such a beauty.
That's weird.
I'm just saving that picture, man. That's
And quickly about the Nasty Bash, I just want to say I kind of made a quick. I was there for maybe just an hour, not even. And I just want to extend like my thought. Like everyone was just so nice. Like the kind words. Obviously in this biz, not everyone's gonna agree with you, which is okay. But everyone was just so nice to me, man. And I just want to say there's so many people I met. You guys know who you are, who I talked to. Thanks for the kind words. I really, really do appreciate that. That was awesome. It was really cool. And if I didn't say goodbye to you, I'm sorry. I kind of just had to jet. But going back on the third line, I like that third line.
Yeah. So
let's go to the third line.
So somebody asked, I want to go back here. I mean, the fourth line's Ryan, Brown, and Janmark. We don't have to spend a ton of time on that. Somebody did text in 403 number, no handle yet, but I think it's a fair question. Nuge, Hyman, and Skinner. Who's the driver on that line? Hyman, isn't it?
I think it's Hyman for sure.
Could be Nuge on a good day, or a combination of Nuge and Hyman. I don't want to take anything away from Skinner, but it's tough to, without having seen him yet, to be like, oh, Skinner's going to drive that line, because I don't think Skinner. I think he's a very, very good complementary piece to a guy who can drive a line. I think Hyman can more consistently drive a line than Nuge, right?
I think he's found like a new gear. He totally has. And you watched it in the latter half of last season and even going into the playoffs. He was doing stuff like necessarily what a driver consists of, like just making plays. And I can't necessarily say the same thing for Nuge. He'll usually shy away. That's why I say he's a really, really great complementary player. He's always a primary or the secondary assist, and he can be a good finisher, but you're never seeing Nuge go around players like you see Hyman. I remember the one goal Zach Hyman scored this season. It was just an unreal goal. It would have made a top 10 list, but it got called offside, and it was just so sick. And I'm like, you're not seeing Nuge do that necessarily. So I think he's the driver, and I often thought that as well going into the playoffs. I'm like, I think Zach Hyman's reached a new level where he doesn't need Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
Like he could be on the second or third line and drive his own line. He's that good, and it's pretty cool to see.
Well, outside of McDavid as the best driver of a line on the team, Draisaitl obviously as the number 2 best driver of the line on the team, Hyman's the third best guy that you look at to drive a line, right? So he would, by default, almost be the driver on the Nuge Skinner line. So I don't think you necessarily have to worry about that one.
And not saying he will, but like you can fall back on that option and be like, hey, well, like, you know, let's see, you know, if you do want to have Arvidsson on the first line, you could be like, okay, maybe we'll put Hyman manning his own line on the third line. Not saying that that's going to be the case, but like I think he's that good where he could do that now, which is just awesome considering the fact that you look at his track record, the points that he was putting up in Toronto, they were okay. Yeah. But like he's reached a whole new level, and it's honestly you love to see it, you really do.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Portions of the Oil Stream brought to you by our partners over at Popeyes, where they've got the new boneless wings now available at Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. They got that location. The closest one to us is just down with the Five Guys.
No, it's that way. You always get mixed up.
Which way are we facing right now? North?
That is north.
Damn, I just.
You always get confused.
I do. I still have not figured out the basic layout of our.
It's this way.
Okay, so
Dusty doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's behind us. It's in fact, it's kind of like over there.
No, it's more that way.
What?
No, that's like west. You head that way, you're heading to the ranch.
That's directly west.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's like okay. It's over my left shoulder. Popeyes is over my left shoulder.
Right shoulder.
Man, I still can't. Do you think it's over here?
It's your right shoulder.
Are you serious?
Yes. 100%, Dusty.
So we're running parallel to the street. You go out to the street, you turn left, then you get to 170. Yeah, it would be right.
You take a left.
You're right.
I don't take a right to go to Popeyes. I take a left.
But you can go both ways to get down to the Popeyes. The Popeyes is like in between, coming down both right and left.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I don't know how I still haven't dialed in the locations here. Yeah. Juanit's been correcting me for 10 months. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just going over here. I'll go to Sherwood Park. Actually, Sherwood Park's that way, Dusty.
I'm going to the Timmy's.
Yeah, I'm a mess. I'm an absolute mess. Anyway, what I do know is they've got boneless wings at Popeyes in a number of delicious flavors. If you've not yet tried them yet, make sure you do. Hey, if you want to stick with just a regular Popeyes chicken sandwich, you can definitely do that as well. But you might as well dabble in a few wings along the way as well. All right, 780-218-9999. This was a question that came into the inbox here. And they broke down the math on it. Let me see here. La Bamba guy texts in and says, could the top 6 combine for 600 points this year? Then he breaks it down like this. I immediately, off the top of my head, said no. You're not going to get 600 points from your top 6. This is how La Bamba guy breaks it down. Connor McDavid, 150 points.
Yep.
Leon Draisaitl, 130 points.
Yep.
So that's 280 right there.
Yep.
You only need 320 from the other guys. Hyman, Nuge, Skinner, and Arvidsson need to average 80 points each. I can't see it, man. And you know why I can't see it? Because Skinner and Arvidsson not going to be on the power play.
No. The
only way you're getting 80 points as an Oilers forward is with significant top unit power play time. There's no way. I can't see it. Now could Nuge get 100 points again? And then you only need like 60 from Arvidsson. He says they have to average it. I think you're reaching. I honestly know it's a big drop, but I think the top 6 getting you 500 points is probably
I think
probably the better,
fair.
more reasonable discussion.
Yeah, I think 500 is fair. I'm just trying to think because so much would have to go right there. Like that's not like even injuries. Like that's like, but you got 150 in Connor, which he's done before. 130 in Draisaitl, which he's pretty well done before. Skinner's had an 80-point season. So has Zach Hyman.
Like these guys have done it.
Nuge just had a 100-point season. The highest I think for Arvidsson is like 62 points or 60 points that he had, And the boost, I think he will get a boost, like maybe a 20-point boost with Connor and Leon. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but so much would have to go right. And yeah, Dusty mentioned the power play. There's no. But I feel like in saying that though, the second power play unit's going to get a lot more time this year. I say over 550, but I don't think 600.
Okay, so I did the math, not on last year's team, but the year before when Nuge got 104 points.
Yeah, I was just going to look that up.
Yeah, so I've done the math on it. So Connor McDavid had 153 points that year. Draisaitl had 128.
Yep.
Nuge had 104, and Hyman had 83. So that was 468 points, which means you need 132 points still from the other two guys, which is 66 points apiece.
So,
excuse me.
Not out of the realm of possibility. It could happen.
You got to be a high-scoring team, though.
Yeah, that would
you
be
need Nuge
so
to hit
much
104.
Yeah.
Hyman to go 83 again, and then 66 from both Arvidsson and Skinner. 500 is definitely reasonable.
500, I think they can.
500 is definitely reasonable.
Yeah.
600 might be aiming a little bit high, but still, I love the question.
That's a good one.
I love the question. That's
make us think.
That's a real fun one today.
That's good.
780-218-9999. Here's another one that comes in. This is why we do Oil Stream all the time, and people always got questions. You always got questions. Do you guys think that they run 2 power play units this year to balance out the minutes that everyone gets?
I just said that. Yeah, I think you're going to get a lot more time with Jeff Skinner, and you kind of saw it.
What's the second unit look like, you think?
Oh, this is fun. you got it. So obviously Kane's in there. Well, I think if he's an Oiler, I think Evander Kane will be in there because he was last year. I don't think that'll change, and he can. I wonder if he'll play center because when Leon gets kicked out, when Connor gets kicked out, he is usually the next man in if Nuge isn't on the line. So he's actually okay at taking faceoffs. So
sorry, who are you talking about again?
Evander Kane.
Okay.
Every now and then he'll take the draw. So maybe is he that? So I think it's for sure. You have to find a way to get Skinner, Arvidsson, and Kane in there. And you probably have Evander Kane taking the draw. I don't know.
You could have Henrique.
Oh yeah, you got Henrique.
Right, you could go. You could go.
You got Henrique. Yeah, taking the draw, and then you just
Henrique's
roll with one
center,
defenseman,
and then you roll with probably Ekholm.
Yeah, I think Ekholm's probably the choice.
So I mean, that right there.
I like that. That's
a veteran second power play unit.
It's a pretty solid too. That would be like That would be the first line or first unit power play for like the Sharks.
Like the bottom 10 teams in the league.
Yeah.
I don't think that's too much of a stretch.
That's pretty
bottom
impressive.
5, bottom 6, bottom 7. That's their top power play unit. Ekholm at the blue line with Evander Kane being your net front presence.
Yep.
And then you've got Arvidsson for the one-timer on the left side.
Yep.
You've got Skinner and probably the bumper.
Who can rip it as well.
Yeah.
He's got a wicked shot.
And then Henrique
taking the draw.
And on the right side, I guess? Or would you have Skinner on the right side and Henrique in the middle above Kane if you're going to run like a 1-3-1 on the power play, right? So Kane's in the front of the net, and if you roll a bumper guy in the middle,
that would be Henrique.
Probably Henrique.
Yeah.
And then you have Skinner with a shot on one side, Arvidsson with a shot on the other. If that is your second power play unit, you could play that second power play unit much more than you played last year's power play unit.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot more balanced. You saw in the playoffs getting in the later rounds too that they were running out of gas sometimes, and you just got to simplify it, which was a common complaint on post game. Is just get the puck on net in the first round, 2 rounds as well. Like the Oilers were getting fancy with it. Obviously, they know what they're doing, but the second line or the second power play unit, when they came out there, they just stuck to the fundamentals and were let's just get the puck on net. And honestly, sometimes they'd produce more than the first power play unit. So that'll be the numbers will definitely be down for the big guys there, but it's a good yeah.
You can still do it.
Absolutely.
It's always crazy to say less of the McDavid power play unit. And I won't say that, but I will say that, the odd time you can probably have a little bit more faith in a good veteran group of a bunch of guys who played a lot of power play in their career and been relied upon more heavily than they would have to be as a second unit. This one says Henrique bumper, Skinner in the one-timer dry spot. Yeah, so you'd have 2 one-timers set up.
Yeah.
Right? You'd have Ekholm dishing it out to Arvidsson on the one side with the one-timer, Skinner on the other side. Full level of grease in front with Kane and a mini level of grease out in the middle with Adam Henrique. So
I like it.
That'd be fun. All right, let's get to these NHL 24 rankings.
Yeah. You want to see this?
Yeah,
okay, let's do this.
So, what do you say? The player name, and I'll guess the number. What their rating is?
Yeah. That's.
So, are these just updated? Is that why?
So this is updated. So, Draisaitl did decrease this year, his by 1.
Okay.
Which is just ridiculous in my opinion, but whatever.
Okay, so McDavid is a 99.
No.
Really?
Yeah, this was his highest year yet. Last season, I'll tell you after.
Okay, so 98?
Nope.
97.
97.
Do they do it just because of his number?
Last year,
so
this
there's
was
no
the first
such
year.
thing as a 99 in the game?
No.
Okay.
This was the first year that he was a 97. Last year, he was a 96. The year before, he was a 95. So it's gone up by 1 every single year. But, mean, the separation between the highest-ranked player, McDavid, and the second-ranked player, who is Cale Makar, is 1 overall, which I think is
Makar's a 96?
Yeah. He's the second highest.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to
No,
me.
not at all. And I have this was going to be my I got beef one morning because the whole rating system is just so off. They are so off. And I know...
Does Shane Malloy do the ratings? Like he's been on Hello Hockey sometimes.
I
thought he was the ratings guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And it sucks
you got
because
beef with Shane Malloy. Then.
Yeah, so whenever we brought him on, I remember the first time we had him on. That's right when I was starting to learn how to send all the audio to Sportsnet because we play in Calgary and Vancouver Hello Hockey.
Yeah.
And so Tommy's like, you got to ask him a question, and I'm like, I really want to. I want to rip this guy apart actually because I have so many things going back to just this season as well. There's so many things I just disagreed with, but he gave a reasoning why McDavid's a 97 as opposed to 99 because it would be a cheat code, but it's like kind of is a cheat code. A cheat code. Like, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. He should be a 99. So I was happy to see he is the best player in the world, but by 1 overall.
Yeah, there should be separation there. Hey, Maddie, did Summer McIntosh just win?
Gold, baby.
Gold medal,
nice.
Summer McIntosh, 17 years old.
Woo! That's impressive.
Just getting going. Extremely impressive. That was in an event that she absolutely owns. So congratulations to Summer McIntosh, Canada, getting a gold medal. We got that gold in judo today as well.
Yeah.
It's been a golden day in
nice.
France, or as they say in France, le golden.
Oh, there you go.
And that's probably it. What's the word for gold in French?
I have not a clue.
Probably gold. I mean, somebody let me know and I'll try to say it. All right, so Leon Draisaitl is a 93.
Leon Draisaitl is a 94.
So last year he was a 95,
Yep.
and McDavid was a 96.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And this year, Leon Draisaitl got bumped down. He started the season as a 95, and they were like, no, you're a 94.
How often do they do re-release updates of ratings?
Probably when the game just comes out, or like when it's fresh, they'll be pretty good on it. Probably once a month, I'd say they update because you get rookies in. And a lot of players will just all of a sudden start off.
But they've done the roster update since free agency and stuff, right? Like it's so.
Yeah. So this is it right now.
My son went back to playing NHL 23 this week.
Oh, I don't blame him. I hate this game. I was talking to the Wolf about it. I see him in the Nasty chat. I had a few words with him at the Nasty Bash.
I do like 23 a lot more than 24.
Yeah,
too,
I really am not a fan of this game right now.
Are the graphics? I think the graphics on 24. I like the graphics on 24 better, but the actual execution and gameplay is way better on 23.
Yeah, they changed it a lot. Yeah. The skating's different. The buttons are. They brought in a new team, a new manager, and the goalies are just ridiculous. You can't score at all, but then some guy will just come down and just take a slap shot from the blue line and will just score on me. And I'm like, what the heck, like that, and then I'll just be like, absolutely toying with this guy, and I can't get a goal.
Really?
Like, it's honestly brutal. It really gets me going. I also got a beef with that.
I guess gold in French is or. So
there you go.
For Summer McIntosh, it's l'or.
Yeah.
That's the gold.
Nice.
All right. So okay. So tell me what the next number is, and I'll guess who the player is.
Okay. So I like this. Okay. The next number is 88.
Evan Bouchard.
Yeah. Good job. So I think he started the season at 84 or 83, but bumped up quite a bit. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's a 90 by the next game, which I think, we saw obviously the offense is there, and it was really there. He's just matching. He broke Paul Coffey's one record there, which was just awesome. For assist? Yeah, he broke the record. So that was cool, but, 88 points, he'll get a 90, and you saw it in the playoffs. His defense, which was what people were talking about, he can't defend. He started to really learn how to.
He's improved in that area.
He has improved a lot. So
I think he'll still, even this upcoming season, still drive people furious at times with the odd what was he doing there? What was he doing there? But I think overall, the overall package defensively has improved.
Yep. I couldn't agree more, Dusty.
Do you think the Faber deal that came down today impacts Bouchard at all?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's his agent,
They were already going to ask for $10 million anyway, so I don't know technically if somebody goes, do the others go, well, Brock Faber only got 8.5 over 8? I don't.
And it's tough because you look at the players, they're two completely, excuse me. Faber is obviously a lot more well-rounded at his age, but his first season, he was a rookie last year. A lot of people were saying he should have won the Calder. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought there was a legitimate case for him.
Yeah, no, for sure. But he got 47 points last year, 82 in 82 games, which is awesome. Really good, actually. And you look at Evan Bouchard's first full year with the big squad, 43 points in 81 games played. So a little bit less. And you saw after that one season, he signs 8.5. And then you look at Evan Bouchard after, putting up pretty similar numbers. He signs a bridge deal at $4 million. So it's like, He's going to get
The
paid.
bridge, he is going to.
He's going to be like, hey, like.
So I don't think this impacts it that much. I mean, Bouchard was going to get.
He was going to get paid
no matter
regardless.
what. Yeah, I think so. All right, so then, okay.
So the last player was Evan Bouchard.
We did Bouchard. So now
is
Hyman next?
Yes, he is.
Okay, and I'm going to say Hyman is like an 84.
Nope.
Higher?
Yeah.
86?
Higher?
87?
Yeah. Higher?
88.
88.
The same as Bouchard.
Yeah.
You're a trickster.
So that's nice to see. He started the season
good
as
for
well.
him. Yeah.
I think he was at 85 or 86, got boosted up to 88. I wouldn't be surprised to see him at 89. I think that's fair. If you're potting 50 goals, you should probably be pushing 90s. And looking just that's the thing, the separation gap. You look at certain players on other teams that, like, I think Johnny Gaudreau this season's still a 90. And you're like,
really?
And it's like,
he's paying Shane Malloy under the table.
Yeah, so I don't know about that. But yeah, 88, pretty good. I think he's him and Bouchard for sure should be 89 at least.
Okay, so how far down this list is Nuge? He's got to be the next guy.
He's tied with the next guy.
Okay, let me guess. Ekholm?
Yeah.
Man, I'm killing
Yeah,
this.
you're doing really good. Yeah, very good. Yeah. So both are 87.
Oh, geez, man, the Oilers got to be.
Yeah,
the
they're
Oilers
up
are
there.
stacked according
They're
to
up
NHL
there.
24. Like
they really are.
Wow.
So yeah, 5 is Ekholm. They have him 6. Nugent Hopkins 87, and then
do you have the new guys here? Arvidsson and Skinner?
No, they do not. But
they don't. Okay, I'm just curious of which one's got the higher ranking.
I can look for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with.
I think it'll be very close.
I think, because based off of this last year,
it's
just loading here.
Should be pretty close.
I'm gonna say. Well, it's still loading. Still loading.
Does Marty Nature's deal just go down? Did he? What happened there? I saw somebody text in and say Marty Nature's deal today too. Oh, here we go. Yep. 2 years, 6.5. Pretty reasonable deal for the Hurricanes. 2 years, 13 mil total. Got to be pretty happy with that one.
Okay, so
a deal you can trade too if you want.
Jeff Skinner is higher than Victor Arvidsson, which I think is fair.
Are they in the low 80s?
Nope. Mid
80s. Mid
80s.
What?
So Jeff Skinner's. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, you can tell me.
He's coming in at 86 overall. So pretty solid.
What?
That's really good.
One below the Nuge.
Yeah. And then Victor Arvidsson's 84.
I think it's official. The Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they look so good.
In the NHL simulation at the beginning of the year,
they'll be up there.
I mean, is any other team rolling out 6 forwards that are 86 or higher, or 85 or higher?
No.
My goodness.
They are extremely deep, and I cannot wait to play them and play with them. It's going to be fun. But
what's Stuart Skinner?
He is an 85.
That's still not bad either.
That's not bad. You got Evander Kane at 84.
Yeah.
Adam Henrique at 83. Which
that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it is. And then Darnell Nurse is an 86. He started the season at 87, so he dropped 1, which is interesting. But my biggest gripe about this is the Leon Draisaitl getting knocked down. Like, he's a Hart Trophy winner. He has led the league in points. But
these are always based on just the last season. Is that, or do they
based on last season? Like, and see, that's the thing. Like, Leon Draisaitl, he had an off year, but his off year, and this is where it annoys me, because you got Elias Pettersson, who didn't do anything in the playoffs. He has yet to have a 100-point season, and he's a 93. So apparently Leon Draisaitl, who is a 3-time 50-goal scorer, I think, or 2-time 50-goal scorer, 100-point player, has the heart Ross, and he's apparently one overall better than Elias Pettersson. And that's I mean, come on. That's my gripe as well. It's just, and they're based out of Vancouver, so they really favor, Quinn Hughes is a 95 overall, and he's one better than Leon.
So you're calling out EA Sports for being Vancouver homers?
A little bit.
Somebody has to do it?
Someone, yeah, and I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people have said that, because Cale Makar for the longest time and Quinn Hughes were the exact same overall. Cale Makar is now 1 overall better, but Cale Makar, they both did really good to start their careers in the NHL, but Cale Makar, he had a lot more to give, I think, for the first few seasons there. But that's the way she goes.
I love this one. Of course, we're talking about NHL rankings, NHL 24 ratings for players. And this text is in and says, "Nurse is too high." Like, nurse will be criticized in every conversation we ever have about the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
Today, people are like, "Oh man, you hear those guys? Nurse is way too high in NHL 24."
Yeah. That's so funny. But yeah, like the Wolf, he sent me a goal that was scored against him, and he's even saying that in the nasty chat. Stuart Skinner, he goes to like claw at the puck with his glove, misses it by like 3 seconds, and it's just, it goes in, and you just give your head a shake. So I started playing FIFA. I've played 2K a little bit, and like they're far superior games, like as far as like the AI and like the controls, and just you can just tell the graphics are way better. So
if you could make one overhaul change to NHL game, like one thing, what would it be?
It really, this game, I've noticed it favors the lesser players. And
Really?
that is annoying because I can go down, score a lacrosse style goal. You know, that's skill.
Well,
it takes skill,
man.
Especially if you do it with the skill stick, right? Because I know some people
you don't
can
have
just,
to with the still stick on the new one. You just hit Y.
Yeah, and seeing
then
that's the
time
thing.
it well.
And I've never, because I've always stick to the skill stick. So this game more than ever has favored the lesser, you know, and so that's why it's annoying. That's why it's frustrating because I've lost to some people who are really not that good. And like that's what I'm talking about. I go do a cool like toe drag goal, absolutely just lighten this guy up. And he'll come down and he'll just do one shot from the point and he'll score me. I'm like, that's not how it is. Like, that's not. So I just think the gameplay, it's really, they're making it balanced, more fun for everyone or for the lesser people, but it really shouldn't be the case. And I've talked to a lot of people that are pretty competitive in Chell, and they say the exact same thing. It's been it's been a pretty disappointing game. So here's hoping they're listening. If you're listening, you know what to do.
But considering they went from 23 to 24, don't you think they'll stick with this 24 engine into like 25 and 26?
I think they will, but they've definitely got, like, just looking on Reddit, there's been so many, and Twitter, their feed, I think more this year than ever, has been just like, they've been ripped on, like a lot. And I think they should, as they usually do, they say, we heard what you guys had to say, and this year we are going to implement that in the game. So I really hope that they're listening this year because it's just, it makes it not fun. It really doesn't. And so, they'll change the gameplay will be the same, but there's certain things in the gameplay, like the goaltending, and that's what I'm referring to, is just ridiculous. You can't score on these goalies.
It's so funny because Marshall, he has NHL 24 on the disc. He went and bought it at like EB Games, right?
You have to.
So he had that in the system, but then he went to the library and rented a couple of games.
Nice.
So he took NHL 24 out and put in one of his library games. And now when he wants to play NHL, he just plays NHL 23. He goes, "Daddy, I don't have to switch the disc. NHL 23 is just on the Xbox."
Nice.
I was like, actually, that does make a lot of sense. But I think deep down inside, he likes 23 more than 24.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I know I do.
I get hosed hard because he always is like the Oilers or the all-time Oilers.
Yeah.
And I always pick H.C. Davos or Ambry Piotta from the Spengler.
Yeah.
So he's rolling out like a team of 99, 99, 96.
Yep.
And I'm rolling out a bunch of guys in the 50s and 60s. And then he has the audacity to chirp me. Chirp me. Well, he's beating me. It's ridiculous.
That's so good.
So that's a tough one. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Trev, I have to say, buddy, to evaluate you as a boss right now. Oh, wow. You did excellent today.
Really? Oh wow.
Really good job. I thought the guy did really good. Hey, hammer the thumbs up for you too, Trev, today. That was really good job, man.
Cool,
I'm actually very impressed.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, no, this is sweet. I love doing this. And it's kind of cool. Just quickly, I want to touch on it. I went home, saw the family for the weekend, and it was pretty cool. The last time I saw my uncle, I was asking him. It was when I first found out that Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola were coming to Kingsway Boston Pizza on the oil stream, on location, and I was super pumped. And my uncle's done pretty well for himself, and he's an entrepreneur in Calgary. And I needed to get his advice on how to approach Dusty and Tommy. And, I didn't know. I'm like, should I wait for my channels a little bit bigger and better kind of thing to, go up and talk to them? What should I do? Should I shake, and he's like, no, you definitely go introduce yourself to them. And it was pretty cool this time around. Haven't seen him since then. And now he's telling me like how's work with the guys so it's cool how the world works, man. And so thanks for having me on the show. This is a dream come true.
Well, you'll certainly be back, buddy. No doubt about that. All right, that's going to do it for the Oil Stream today, presented to you by Boston Pizza. Check out their summer menu. Hit a patio. Shout out YouTube Trev for stepping in today. Excellent work here, sliding in on the desk today. All right, we got Nielsen Show replay coming up. For now, hey? Once we get to September, we'll be leading you into something else, which will then eventually lead you into the Reed Wilkins Show every single weekday from 3 to 6 right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Just getting bigger and better. Very exciting times for us. Have a great day, everybody.